What if I told you that 20% of your English effort is doing 80% of the heavy lifting, while the other 80% is spinning its wheel in glittery grammar-shaped mud? Yeah, you heard that right. You've been working hard, but not smart. And today, we're flipping the script with the 80-20 rule, aka the Pareto's law. Or is it the Pareto? The secretive silent genius behind every polyglot, every IELTS Band 9 scorer, and every language hacker you admire. This isn't just a study tip, it's your linguistic liberation manifesto. The 80-20 rule, your brain's favorite cheat code. Let's cut through the noise. In any system, roughly 20% of the inputs generate 80% of the results. 20% of your clothes get worn 80% of the times. 20% of your apps eat 80% of your screen time. And in English, 20% of words, structures, and strategies power 80% of real communication. Yet, most learners drown in the other 80%, memorizing obscure vocabulary like defenestration. Yes, it means throwing someone out the window, while fumbling to say, I ran out of time in IELTS speaking. Tragic. And totally avoidable. The 80-20 rule isn't about laziness. It's about realizing that fluency isn't about knowing everything. It's about precision targeting. It's about mastering what matters most first. So, what's the real 20% in English? Spoiler, it's not what you think. Forget learning 5,000 words. Forget mastering every tense. Forget watching 100 hours of BBC. The true 20% lives in 3 explosive zones. Zone 1. The core 1,000 words. Yes, just 1,000 words cover about 80 to 90% of everyday spoken and written English. Not 5,000, not 10,000, 1,000. Mind-blowing fact. The word the alone appears in 5% of all English text. Add be, to, of, and you're already at 10% coverage. IELTS reality check. In writing task 2, you'll reuse the same high-impact academic phrases again and again. This is due to, consequently, it could be argued that master 50 sentence frames like these and you've just unlocked 80% of IELTS Band 7 writing. Zone 2. The power tenses. You don't need all 12 English tenses. You need 3. Present simple, like people believe. Present perfect, like this has led to. Past simple, like studies showed. In IELTS Speaking Part 3, 90% of your answers live in these tenses. Stop drilling future perfect continuous. It's the linguistic equivalent of a third appendix. Zone 3. High yield functions. What do you actually do with language? Agree or disagree. Explain cause and effect. Compare or contrast. Speculate. Hedge opinions. Master 5 functional phrases per category, and you've covered 80% of speaking and writing tasks. Example. Instead of memorizing 100 opinion words, nail these. I'm inclined to think, from my perspective, it seems reasonable to suggest your 80-20 action plan. 5 steps to laser-focused fluency. Step 1. Audit your current effort. Brutal honesty time. Grab a notebook. For 1 week, log every minute you spend on English. Then ask, did this really help me speak, write, listen, and read in real context? If you spent 3 hours on irregular verbs but froze when ordering coffee, you've been feeding the 80%, not the 20%. Pro move. Delete apps, textbooks or YouTube channels that don't serve your actual goal. For example, IELTS, travel, work emails. Step 2. Mine the gold. Extract your personal 20%. Don't guess, data dump. For IELTS writing, analyze 10 Band 8 essays. Highlight repeated phrases. Build your own power phrase bank. For IELTS speaking, record yourself answering 5 Part 3 questions. Transcribe it. Circle words you overuse. Very good thing. And replace them with 3 high-impact alternatives. Significant, beneficial, aspect. For listening, re-listen to one IELTS Listening Section 3. Note every time you missed an answer. Was it vocabulary? Accent? Distractors? That's your 20% gap. Real-world hack. If you work in tech, your 20% could be scalable, deadline, user feedback. If you're a nurse, symptoms, prescribe, follow-up. Your 20% is personal. Own it. Step 3. The 20-minute daily power drill. Forget 3-hour marathons. Do this daily. For 5 minutes, review your top 10 power phrases from your audit. For 5 minutes, shadow one IELTS speaking answer. Mimic rhythm and intonation. For 5 minutes, write one prep paragraph. Point, reason, example, point, using your phrases. For 5 minutes, listen to 1 minute of authentic English, like podcasts or news, and transcribe only the verbs. Why verbs? Because verbs drive meaning. Nouns are passengers. Verbs are the engine. Step 4. The 80% Detox Challenge. For 7 days, ban these time sucks. Memorizing vocabulary lists without context. Studying grammar rules you rarely use. Rewatching shows without active listening. No subtitles, no learning. Replace them with output-focused tasks. Text a language partner using 3 new phrases. Record a 60-second voice note summarizing a news article. Rewrite a Band 6 essay sentence into Band 8. Input without output is just entertainment. You learn by using, not by hoarding. Step 5. The feedback loop. Measure what moves the needle. Track only these metrics. Speaking. Can you answer a Part 3 question without long pauses? Writing. Did you use 3 Band 7 phrases correctly? Listening. Did you catch the main idea of a lecture? Not every word. If yes, you're in the 20%. If no, adjust. Fast. IELTS specific 80-20 wins. Band 7 and higher on autopilot. Writing task 2. 20%. Master 4 essay structures. Opinion. Discussion. Problem solution. Advantages, disadvantages. 80%. Wasting time on creative intros like since the dawn of time. Examiners skip these. Do this. Start with, it is often argued that, or while some believe X, others contend Y. Instant coherence. Speaking Part 2. 20%. Prepare 3 versatile stories. A challenge, an achievement, a person that can adapt to more than 20 topics. 80%. Trying to memorize 50 separate answers. Sounds robotic, gets penalized. Do this. Learn 5 sensory phrases, like the air smelled of, or my heart raced when, makes any story vivid. Listening. 20%. Train on Section 3, academic discussion. It's the hardest, so mastering it makes Section 1 and 2 feel easy. 80%. Only working on multiple choice. Map plan questions destroy unprepared candidates. Do this. Do 1 map task daily for a week. Your spatial listening will skyrocket. the ultimate 80-20 mindset shift. This rule isn't just about efficiency, it's about freedom. Freedom from the guilt of not studying enough, the overwhelm of so much to learn, the myth that fluency equals perfection. Fluency means saying what you mean confidently and clearly 80% of the time. And the beautiful irony? Once you dominate the 20%, the other 80% starts making sense on its own. Because language isn't a puzzle to solve, it's a web. Master the center threads, and the whole thing holds together. Go be a language sniper. You now know the forbidden truth of language learning. Mastery isn't about effort, it's about leverage. So, stop spraying buckshot. Replace scattered general practice with a targeted exercise for better results. Pick up your linguistic rifle, aim at the 20% that matters, and watch your IELTS score, your confidence, and your real-world English explode. Not from working harder, but from working smarter than 99% of learners. Your mission. Today, identify one thing in your 80% and delete it. Replace it with one power phrase, one core verb, one focused drill. Because fluency isn't a marathon. It's a series of perfectly aimed shots. Now, go make every word count. P.S. Next time you catch yourself studying defenestration, ask, is this really helping me pass IELTS or just impress ghosts?